Yes, guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Arsenal 0, Newcastle 2 in the League Cup semi-finals. That is the final straw. There, I said it. This manager cannot take us any further because this football we are getting served up on a weekly basis is just suicidal. And if anyone is still backing this, you are an enemy of progress. And you can call me any sorts under the sun. I don't care. I support Arsenal Football Club at the end of the day, not Mikel Arteta. I always put the club in front of the manager first. And at the moment, Mikel Arteta cannot take this team any further than he already has. The football we're being served up is disgusting. Sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards. We're not trying to do the floss. We're trying to play football here. And all we're seeing is just, sideways, backwards. Crab FC. That's what we are. Mr. Krabs FC. Chances wasted left, right and centre. The attack is probably the worst anyone has seen in any mankind. Or in any 5-year rebuild. I'm sick of it. And I tell you what, let me tell you something right now. If Mikel Arteta really does know what we need, then he brings me forwards this January. Period. Because when is it acceptable to call this crap out? You see fans leaving the stadium with like 5 minutes to go. What's going on, guys? Back your gaffer, innit? Back your process. You lot are telling me, oh, look how good Super Mick is. We're going in the right trajectory, guys. Well, at the moment, despite the last 2 years, which has been joyful, it's fair to say, in terms of like entertainment and the way we play, this season, as far as I'm concerned, there's no context. I mean, where's the context? But you just know. You just know these fans are going to come up with the same fucking excuses. And I'm telling you, if this manager loses to Man United at the weekend in the FA Cup, pack your bags. That, for me, is the final nail in the coffin if he gets knocked out by Man United and then loses to Tottenham next week. No. I would be deactivating if that happened. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Newcastle. I mean, Eddie Howe. That's a proper tactician right there. Because he knew he was missing players tonight. Not tonight. Last night. What am I on about? Last night, he was missing players due to suspension. Bruno Guimaraes, and Fabian Schär were missing due to suspension. But unlike Mikel Arteta, Eddie Howe can actually grasp on what he has. At the moment, he can get the best out of certain individuals, unlike this manager. And I keep hearing, oh, we feel sorry for Mick, don't we? Because he has injuries. How many of these attackers has this manager brought in? How many? Trossard, Jesus. Oh my god, I'm struggling here. Sterling's another one. Sterling as well. What's he here for? As I keep saying, every single match reaction, what is Sterling actually doing at Arsenal Football Club? You tell me. Has he got an affair with the dinner lady, or what's going on? Why is he not playing? And what I've seen is Calafiori, Moreno, Sterling and obviously Neto get 0 minutes. Why? Oh yeah, because Neto came in on loan from Bournemouth. Bear in mind, Bournemouth's number 2. We signed him to play in the cup games, but he's cup tied. Calafiori, that's your signing, mate. 40 odd million, not even getting a sniff. Lewis Skelly comes off, who was probably one of our only positives last night. He comes off for Zinchenko. And then Marino. Obviously, I don't rate him still, but another one of his signings. 80 million, them two cost. Combined. That could have been invested in a striker, which we desperately need. There is no way Arsenal Football Club, should not have a proper number 9 when our football club is built on strikers. You think back to Henry. I know Bergkamp wasn't a striker, but he played alongside Henry, didn't he? So, kind of. You've got Aubameyang, you've got Lacazette, you've got Van Persie. I've got his shirt up there. Why do we not sign attackers anymore? Why? Trossard. Martinelli. Jesus, he didn't even start today. I don't understand why he didn't. I know, because Mikel Arteta is literally the king of killing momentum for certain players. Because every time they have a good game, they assist or they score, he drops them the following game. He does it time and time again with Martinelli. And he did the same with Jesus, who has been our best attacker lately. And he, guess what? Threw straight into the team Kai Havertz, who, oh my days, I'll get on to later on actually, but why? He's just come back from an illness he suffered, and he's straight back into the starting 11. You wouldn't tell the difference, honestly, between Newcastle's forward line and Arsenal. Like, you wouldn't think Newcastle, who are fighting for Europe, for God's sake, have better firepower than Arsenal, who are going for a league title. Can someone work that out? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching this pub grub every single week. And for me, he's got to go. And with that comment after the game as well, oh, don't even get me started. He blames, oh my God, wait for it. He blames, I can't even say it out loud. He blamed the fucking ball. And the fact it wasn't a Premier League ball last night. It was a League Cup. And I'm like, oh my God. I don't know what to say. I do not know what to say about this manager anymore. I mean, if he's managing Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, he's... Bro, he gets sacked, literally. In fact, they interrupt mid-press conference and they get him out the door. Because they would think, what an absolute clown. And look, this isn't me being horrible, by the way. It's just the reality of managing a big club. You have to be ruthless. And please, please don't run down my throat and ask, oh, who are you getting? Who are you getting? Literally, anyone with a CV I am literally willing to take Simeone, Inzaghi, Alonso, literally anyone, Don Carlo, just anyone. Because if that's not the case, then should we just fold the whole football club down and go and support Boreham Wood or watch a different sport? Because we're going to have to move on from him eventually. And at the moment, I really don't want him to tarnish whatever he did in the past. Which he's done some good things, right? He won us the FA Cup in his first season and he's got us back competing. But competing at the moment is not good enough. You've got to get over the line, especially when you are 5 years in to your project and we're still short in like 3 or 4 positions. And for me, look, I mean, the front three, although I said at the start it's the worst attack I have seen in my lifetime, individually, they're good players, right? I'm not saying Havertz is rubbish, but yeah, he's a good player. Martinelli bagged 15 goals the season before. Trossard bagged 15 goals last season. Why have they suddenly dried up? So you see, I don't entirely blame the players. Because I know what they're capable of when the shackles are off. Martinelli is certainly capable of bagging 15, 20 goals. There is no way at that age, 23 years of age, Brazilian international, when you've just bagged 15 goals, you should be regressing like that. So it's definitely a manager thing, isn't it? It's the same with Trossard. Why has he suddenly fallen off after the season he had last season? You tell me. And he's also regressed Jesus, Declan Rice, who was one of our better players yesterday, to be fair to him. He's the only one who actually gave a shit, and obviously Lewis Skelly. Who else? He's going to regress Saka. You watch. When he comes back from his hamstring injury, he's going to have no fucking choice but to throw him into the deep end. Because he's the only one that can produce that spark. I'm sick of it. I really am. I'm thinking of Erdegaard's another one. He's regressed. Let's talk about Kai Havertz as well. Now, I've heard people on my timeline saying Havertz is the worst signing Arsenal have ever made. And I've sort of defended Havertz in that case. I was going, nah, we've had much worse over the years. But now, I start to see where they're coming from. 65 million. He's the highest earner at the football club. He's 6'4", and the guy's letting the ball hit his shoulder from 6 yards out. He's 6'4", by the way. Failed midfielder. Had to move him up top. Had a purple patch last year, and then this season he started off okay, but now he's dried up as well, and that could be a manager thing. It could be. Because all I was hearing in the summer was, because he was playing centre forward in 2024 and look how many goals he scored. Imagine if he has a full season as the number 9. Look how many goals he's going to score. Well, yeah. He's really going to live or die with that decision, Mikel Arteta. He really is. Signing Kai Havertz. He really is. And for me, I'm not saying get rid of him, but he's a squad player at best, and he's nowhere near good enough to lead us to a Premier League title. He's not good enough. Because the guy came in initially as a number 8. As a box midfielder to replace Xhaka. Which we still haven't, by the way. But You get what I mean? And we moved him up top. And towards the end of the game, we were watching Kai Havertz doing right wing shifts. 6'4" Havertz doing right wing shifts, whipping crosses in for Gabriel Jesus, who's like 5'10". What's going on? I even saw Gabriel on the right flank at one point. He was popping a few shots outside the box. You're telling me 5 years in and Gabriel's your only aerial threat? Come on. Sort it out. Because it's not going to be long until these fans will turn on the manager. It will not be long. And you can bet my bottom dollar that if this carries on, the manager will have his head on the chopping block. Because he is under sacks of pressure. If you still think he's the right man, that's fair enough. But please do not tell me that this manager is not under any fucking pressure. Because as evident from yesterday, he's just got us knocked out of another cup competition that we were capable of winning. We were arguably one of the favourites. Against Newcastle as well. We got the rub of the green. Home leg first. They've not beaten us at... Oh my God, they've not beaten us at the Emirates since 2010. In all competitions, that is. I just can't deep it. I can't bear it as well that we paid the same amount of money for Kai Havertz than Newcastle did for Isak. That is recruitment for you. We've got the worst in the league in terms of scouting, and it's a joke. I don't want to hear any excuses. I keep hearing, Erdegaard got fouled. Just give over. Give over. Fair enough, have a moan about the referee when it's a catastrophic decision like it was against Brighton. But yesterday, there was no fucking excuses because we finished our chances. We could have easily won that game 4-2. But now I've said that, Arteta coached a 4-2 win last night. Well, who signed the attacking players then? I'm going to call it a day, guys, because I think I've got everything I'm after off my chest. I'm sick of it. We've got Man United at the weekend in the all-white kit. Oh, that's going to be brilliant, isn't it? Because we had to rely on set pieces to beat them. And trust me if he gets knocked out. Yeah, it's looking peak. And if we lose to Tottenham, if he dares lose to Tottenham, I'm actually... But yeah, guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Apologies that this has rumbled on for too long. Yeah, I felt like I just had to get everything off my chest. And I might do a stream tonight, actually. Because there's plenty more that I need to also get off my chest. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But in the meantime, please don't let Arsenal ruin your week. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.